Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's not so glamorous but super important: what to do if you get sick on vacation in a foreign country. It's every traveler's nightmare, falling ill far from home, but if you travel often enough, odds are that at some point you'll need medical attention away from home. But don't worry, we've got you covered with a step-by-step guide to handle this situation like a pro. Welcome to World Wanderers.
We're Alicia and Will.
Come wander the world with us. First things first, assess how serious your symptoms are. Is it a mild stomach bug, or do you feel like you need immediate medical attention? Knowing this will help you decide your next steps. Sometimes symptoms will clear up in a day or two, and maybe normal exhaustion brought on by long travel days, being in a new location, or eating food you're not used to. You can try and rest and hydrate to see if you feel better. But if it's something severe, don't wait. Seek medical help right away. For minor issues, visit a local pharmacy. Pharmacists in many countries can provide advice and over-the-counter medication for common ailments. It's a quick and affordable option if you don't need a doctor, and I've often found that medication you'd normally need a doctor's visit for and prescription in the United States can just be issued by the pharmacist in many countries. If your symptoms are more severe or you've been in an accident, you may need to see a doctor or visit the emergency room. Choosing the right doctor or hospital can feel overwhelming, but here are some tips. Start by asking your hotel or local contacts for recommendations. I've personally had success with messaging a prior tour guide or using Facebook travel groups I'm a part of for recommendations. You can also use Google Maps, which is my go-to when I don't have a personal recommendation. Just allow Google Maps to use your current location, type in hospitals, and then it'll show you the closest options in the area. You can also read the online reviews and ratings Google has for each location to help you decide which option is best. This is where travel insurance becomes your best friend. We usually keep an annual policy which covers medical expenses, but we've bought specific individual trip policies as well. These cover more for trips that are really expensive or adventurous, like I might break my leg skiing, or have the risk of us needing evacuation from remote locations, like our trip to Mongolia, where we had a 12-hour drive from the nearest medical facility if anything went wrong. Many travel insurance plans cover emergency medical expenses, including hospital visits and medication. Some even arrange direct payments to hospitals, so you're not stuck with a huge bill, which is helpful if you don't have a pile of cash sitting around that you can front before you're reimbursed. I also really recommend the Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card. One of its benefits is travel insurance, which, in addition to normal coverage of trip delays and lost baggage, also has some great medical coverage. They cover up to $100,000 in medical services and transportation if you or a covered traveler are injured or become sick during a trip 100 miles or more from home that results in an emergency evacuation. And then for emergency medical or dental care, they'll reimburse up to $2,500 for medical expenses for just a $50 deductible, which is pretty good. I'll leave a link to the card in the description below if you'd like to find out more. For any kind of travel insurance, we recommend keeping your policy details and the emergency contact number in an email or note on your phone so it's easily accessible if you end up needing it on a trip. We talked a lot about travel insurance benefits in our unexpected expenses video, which I'll link here if you'd like to know more. If you don't have travel insurance, check if your health insurance covers international care. Some plans do, but you may need to pay up front and file for reimbursement later. And if your health insurance doesn't cover anything, it may not be the end of the world. US hospital stays that can normally cost $10,000 plus are significantly cheaper in most of the world. International hospital stays normally range from $1,000 to $3,000 out of pocket, and a simple doctor's visit might only cost $20 to $50. We've also been to countries that have universal healthcare that is 100% covered at an emergency room, even for foreigners, which is amazing. I wish the US would get on board. I've personally been to emergency rooms in other countries, and the care was not only excellent, but it was also very affordable. My ER visit in Santiago, Chile, for example, which included seeing a doctor, getting a prescription antibiotic, and was completely out of pocket, ended up costing me just 89 US dollars. Well worth it to save the rest of my 2-week trip and feel better. Language barriers can be tricky, especially when discussing symptoms. Use translation apps like Google Translate to explain your situation. I like to make sure I've downloaded the local language for offline usage when available. Many larger cities also have hospitals with English speaking staff, so ask your hotel or guide for recommendations when asking about hospitals. Or when checking in at the hospital, they'll sometimes have a translator available for use if you need one. What if you're seriously ill and need to return home? Check if your travel insurance covers medical evacuation. If not, you'll need to arrange an emergency flight for yourself. These can be pricey, but airlines sometimes allow changes for medical reasons, so keep your doctor's documentation handy. And in a serious or life threatening situation, contact your embassy for assistance with emergencies. They can provide advice, help you find medical care, and assist with emergency repatriation. Websites like www.usembassy.gov or embassy-finder.com make it easy to locate the nearest embassy or consulate. I recommend bookmarking these sites before you travel. I make a bookmark folder with these, as well as emergency info like my travel insurance, credit card coverage, airline customer service portals, and more. No matter the situation, staying calm is key. Keep all receipts and medical records for your insurance claim. And if you're traveling with companions, let them help. Don't try and manage everything alone. If you are traveling alone, take the extra minute to send a text or email to someone at home with what's going on and what hospital you're going to. If things get worse or you're rushed into surgery, you want someone to know where you are. It's also good practice to either keep an emergency contact card in your wallet, or if you have an iPhone, make sure you set up your medical ID and that all the information is filled out. Then, from the lock screen of any iPhone, a healthcare provider or emergency responder will be able to access your emergency contacts, your age, blood type, medications, allergies, conditions, or any notes you want to add. Getting sick on vacation is no fun, but with the right preparation and mindset, you can handle it like a pro. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more travel tips and guides. Safe travels!